Like and subscribe right now, or you're gonna have terrible luck for the next week. The world is full of wild, weird, and wonderful things for us to see, but there is no doubt that incidences involving animals are the most intriguing. Hello, dear viewer, and welcome to yet another interesting episode of 100M, where we'll look at 10 of the craziest animal incidents that actually happened. Number 10. The largest anaconda ever. The anaconda is reckoned to be the world's largest and heaviest snake, with a maximum verified length of about 30 feet and an estimated maximum weight of up to 550 pounds. Yet, most anacondas you'll find slithering across the Amazon forest floor will range between 17 to 20 feet long and probably average somewhere between 150 to 200 pounds. As such, it came as a shock when terrified Brazilian construction workers claimed to have captured an insanely massive 33-foot-long green anaconda lurking in the caves near the dam they were building back in 2016. Shocking footage of the discovery showed the huge snake chained to a crane and lifted as the workers tried to estimate its size. The yellow-spotted underbelly confirmed without a doubt that they had captured an anaconda. And if the estimates of this crazy massive serpent could be verified, then it would truly have been a historic discovery. Number 9. Mountain lion attack. Most people recognize that big cats are terrifying killing machines in the wild, and thankfully these dangerous predators live deep in the jungles or in the less visited parts of the savannas. Attacks on humans are rare, but they do happen, and the chances of a fatality are extremely likely. Even so, survival is not uncommon. In December 2010, one Frank Harms was lucky to survive being clawed by what he called a mountain lion while hunting in the woods of Union Grove, Alabama. The wildcat Harms faced was only a juvenile, but it was likely that a group of other mountain lions were within the vicinity and would have done more damage. Fearing a repeat of a similar terrifying incident, the local authorities warned the residents to be alert and recognize that big cats, whether they are called mountain lions, panthers, or cougars, roam the mountains and woods of Marshall and Morgan counties. Number 8. Pet hippo rampage. Forget lions, rhinos, crocs, and buffaloes. Hippopotamuses are the most dangerous animals in Africa, responsible for more human deaths than any other large animal on the continent. Despite their slightly amusing appearance and friendly-sounding name, everyone knows not to pet a hippo. I heard they can attack without warning and without any provocation at all. Plus, the statistics don't lie. Hippos are said to be up there with the most dangerous killer animals in Africa. Well, for one South African, he thought the 5-month-old pet hippo he had rescued and raised into a hunk of a 1.2-ton bull would never harm him in any way. One day, however, Humphrey was acting up and nearly devoured an entire farm of different crops, and the peak of his rampage saw him end his dad's life. Number 7. It's a two-headed shark! It's not every day you see a shark with two heads. Talk of such a terrifying monster may sound like a figment of the big screen, but more and more of these creatures are turning up across the 7 seas. This particular two-headed shark came as a surprise to the fishermen who dragged it off the Australian coast. The mutant fish was only a 6-inch Atlantic sawtail cat shark, but scientists fear that such creatures could grow past their infancy. They suspect that overfishing has reduced the gene pool for most sea creatures, leading to the emergence of some really bizarre genetic abnormalities in the aquatic species. Number 6. Deep sea ghost shark. Nature sure does know how to make those of us who are terrified of the sea even more wary of the waters. If you're terrified of even a harmless twig drifting near you when you're taking a dip, then you'll be scared stiff of this deep sea ghost shark that was filmed for the first time off California. While all sharks are terrifying, this pointy-nosed blue chimera is a different kind of monster. Unlike the well-known shark species such as great whites, chimeras don't wield rows of ragged sharp teeth to rip off their prey into bite-sized chunks. Instead, they munch up their dinner, mostly made up of bottom dwellers like mollusks and worms, using scary-looking mineralized teeth plates. The craziest thing about this sighting is not the fact that these deep-sea creatures are rare to come across, but that the video released confirmed the claims that males of the species sport a retractable reproductive organ on their forehead. Number 5. Fish on death sentence. State laws in the US dictate that this snake-like fish should be killed when spotted. This is because these fish have a bad rap for being extremely invasive, literally eating whole species of fish native to an ecosystem to which the snakehead is introduced. The northern snakehead, native to China, southern Siberia, North Korea, and South Korea, is more dangerous when introduced to new ecosystems, particularly being declared an ecological threat when they were introduced in the United States and Europe. They grow fast and have a ravenous appetite, quickly outcompeting native species for insects, small amphibians, and other fish. The largest US invasive snakehead population had to be eradicated by the use of fish poison called rotenone. Number 4. Avian dance trend. This clip of a sulfur-crested cockatoo bursting into spontaneous dance to a Backstreet Boys track went viral on YouTube in 2008. What's crazy about it all is that the headbanging cockatoo consistently synchronized its dance moves to the rhythms and beats. She even came up with her own steps by combining different movements that go with specific tunes. Scientists were intrigued by the cockatoo's funky moves. They played different songs for the jazzy birdie as part of an avian dance research program, concluding that his dance moves were an indication that humans and birds may share certain cognitive abilities, socially and musically. His owner confessed to having 2 left feet, so the cockatoo couldn't have gotten the dance moves from her. He likely taught himself how to bust the moves, and even invented his very own original dance steps. Number 3. Rhinos can fly! Don't expect this stocky wild creature to get into a plane and keep us calm. He was not built like a tank to remain still all day, and trust a rhino to wreak havoc when it gets excited, even in the slightest. They're not used to flying, so putting them on a plane is a sure way of pulling their anger trigger. So a team of conservation and breeding experts knew that they would have a difficult time flying 5 young black rhinos, all bred in zoos across Europe, to be reintroduced back into Rwanda in Africa. The rhinos had to be prepared for the relocation program months in advance. The exercise included the introduction of the rhinos to their transport crates and being assigned an emotional support human each, and they had to be cuddled en route to keep them calm.
Now it's time for today's best pick.
If you ever come across an image online and you'd like to know more about it, you can always send it over to us. We'll be glad to do the digging for you, and who knows, your image too could be featured in our upcoming episodes. Number 2. Whale on collision. When a small group of tourists was cruising the waters off the Cape of Good Hope in South Africa, the craziest thing happened as they were trailing a pair of the whales. A juvenile whale sprang out of the water and accidentally smashed into their yacht from underneath, jerking the vessel into the air. Everyone on board panicked when they realized that they were gliding on the back of a whale and not a giant wave. A few guys got tossed out of the yacht during the few seconds it was airborne, and the mast split in 2 when the yacht descended, hitting the water in a thud. Fortunately, there were no serious casualties, and help from the Marine Patrol was timely. By the time everything had settled down, the whale was nowhere to be seen, but from the skin and bits of blubber scattered around the area of the attack, the whale must have been injured a little during the attack.
Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and you will get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works.
Number 1. Rhino attacks. Watch as a frantic rhino charges straight at an SUV full of tourists. You can see the stocky beast ramming hard into the white SUV as another group of tourists film the whole attack. It is not uncommon for these massive animals to display such wild behaviors when they perceive a threat in the slightest. These stocky animals are rather notorious for being bad-tempered, and they won't hesitate to charge at anything. The combination of sheer size, a sharp horn, and incredible stamina and mobility makes the rhino a fearsome beast you don't want to provoke. Being a 2-ton sturdy beast in the wild, you can't expect it to come in peace. It's always worth keeping your wits about you when you come across a rhino in the wild. Be sure to always keep your distance when you spot a rhino. Luckily, no one was injured in the surprise attack. You made it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to smash the like icon and leave a comment. Your engagement is what keeps our curiosity going. We have lots of fantastic videos that you'll enjoy. You can start by checking out the 2 already showing up on your screen right now. Keep it 100.